So I ask you again. Do you still want to change your nyash?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's too big, guys. But it's like ilingana nomzimba wakho. Ayifuni wena
You know, even this whole thing of Lenasia, it's like, we talk about the price. I'm the price.
Yeah.
If you've got Lenasia, you're also the price.
But the question is for what? Because there are looks or would say, okay, you attract men who just wants to smash.
How do you benefit from your pretty privilege?
Abantu, like they do everything, transport. Even now I have Mr. Transport.
Minister of Transport.
Minister of Transport, and I have Minister of Transport, Minister of Rent. Minister of Rent.
Okay.
So
I always
Minister of Transport, Minister of Housing. I think a lot of people forget that looking good is good business. Sometimes. Welcome back to another episode of Mzansi Real Talk. I'm your girl Mara Hammenberg, and today we are joined by our co-host Nati.
Hi guys. Today we've got 3 panelists and we're gonna be discussing a pretty privilege. I've got Usonke, I've got Umbali, and Nosi. So, man, let's
Yes. Speaking of pretty privilege, I've got a question. If you could wake up tomorrow and something has changed on your body, what would you change?
my bums.
Your bums. Why your bums? They're too big. Okay.
And then
Isn't that like a benefit?
My stomach. I want a figure.
You want to figure?
Yes. I want my figure big.
Oh, okay. What happened to your figure?
I don't know.
Age.
Like I think cooler and stuff. And and again, then
Yeah. So,
change.
but you can change that with exercise, isn't it?
No, she can't exercise.
Why?
She's always drinking.
you be very economist.
I
How?
can say pretty privilege.
I don't
Use your
want to be
privilege.
Yeah. Last I saw someone offer BBL palms was like square. So yes. So I don't like BBL.
It depends
Never
on the
exercise.
on the doctor.
Hey, which makes it now?
It depends on the doctor. So you use your pretty privilege to get a tummy tuck BBL.
Yes.
Okay. So the next question is: have you ever gotten out of a tricky situation because of the way you look?
Why did I say I was a pretty
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
that doesn't apply to guys. Now we do experience it. There is a pretty privilege for men.
100%.
Okay, so let's talk about the handsome privilege for men.
No, it is pretty privilege. Don't minimize it.
Yes. Oh, okay, pretty man.
They do know about their
Yeah, but
opportunities.
this is
Yeah, for me, like, if they were, there's nothing I can change. Around the night, it's still shapey, right? So. Yeah, my baby. I'm not a slave queen. I'm so fun.
Yes, guys.
Thank you. And that's okay.
I'm pretty privileged. She's in winner.
Oh, shall we?
Yeah, she's in winner.
Thank you.
Hello, person. Yeah.
So now, who do you think gets judged more based on their appearance? Is it men or women?
I guess women.
Men.
It's just
Men.
amazing.
I say men.
Okay, why men?
Men who use it intentionally gain the world. Like you can step into a boardroom or a conference room full of like beautiful old women who are influential, and you can like I'm just saying, it could be old, it could be younger. Influential is the keyword, and I think like Ojan says, "How are you?"
And just smile.
Ojan, and then from there, automatically icebreaker says it's let me get to know you thing. So it does work if you use it intentionally.
Okay. How do you feel, Zinhle?
About
You think you're pretty privileged to get ahead in life, or how it should benefit you? Oh no, you're not pretty privileged. Just say it. What's it? I'm not pretty privileged, so she can't relate.
Yeah, I'm giving a 5.
Pretty privileged.
Yes.
I was just
And then
Who benefits more? Is it men or women?
women.
Women. Okay.
Yeah,
why?
I believe so.
Yes,
I think
women.
it's women.
But why? Like, why
Women can sleep their
Yeah.
look. For me, I feel like women can sleep their way to the top using their looks. For us men, it's difficult. You always have to hustle. You always have to work hard. A woman, as long as I'm okay, can get a rich man. I'm sure there. I'm your own king. When you have to work, there's no rich woman. Unless if you into a sugar.
Without sleeping, our way out.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about myself. So in the 9th of March, it was my birthday. I recently got retrenched, so I'm not working anymore.
Okay.
I have friends, DJs, so they made me a party for the whole month. Even yesterday, it was my birthday. I didn't pay anything. I had to bring my friends. There was food, there was alcohol, transport.
So, Mbali, are you sure you still want to reduce your big bums?
Because it seems like these big bumps are working for you. Hey? Exactly. Somebody's attracted to them and they're willing to do things for you.
My birthday celebrations.
Oh my! Entire month.
I don't have to go to Wills and smoke. Everything is paid for.
So I ask you again. Do you still want to change your nyash?
Yes.
How? To what?
What?
To what?
We at least say, or we lose shape or.
Yeah, at least. It's too big, guys.
But it's like ilingana nomzimba wakho.
When you know.
It's alright, guys.
Ibot. Lakhona singabhala khona imaths. Angeke isebenze like ibot. Maybe let's ibune sense ukuthi siyele.
Okay, so I agree with you, ladies. I feel like women get more from the pretty privilege because as a woman, you can be pretty and then uthola indoda embi esebenza imali and it's like, okay,
No, indoda ayikho embi. Can I correct you?
Ayakhona amadoda.
Indoda inhle ngenkomo zayo. Can we?
Okay, uthola indoda enenkomo.
Ezinhle.
Yeah, and you get to stay at home and not do anything, and then he can give you girlfriend allowance or wife allowance or side chick allowance or whatever the case is. So I feel like women gain more.
Yes.
Yeah, from that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're just going to define what pretty privilege is for the viewers and the listeners. What is pretty privilege?
It's for me now. I feel like it's having to get is into a life in without working too hard, and like somebody in Damo layer so called. Kuba movie or the life is so called. You have to work extra hard, but then when you're pretty, people listen to you. People they notice you. You could be looking for a job just because so much. People will be positive towards you even before you open your mouth. So you see it even corporate,
Yes.
The ones they get ahead. And then in Dambola, cleaner,
Please, not call.
Come on, man.
Yabo ngibona kuqala athi nje ngicela license uyathuka. Mhlawumbe kuzitshela ukuthi indoda ntombazi.
So that's my view.
Okay. Anyone else wants to jump on what pretty privilege is?
It is. Pretty privilege is having to leverage off my aesthetics or career or natural. So if geometrically, if you are a line, a kind of night.
Like the yes.
Ish. Even this whole thing of Nyesh, it's like, we talk about the prize. I'm the prize.
Yeah.
If you've got Nyesh, you're also the prize.
That's true.
That's
true.
But the question is for what?
At what cost?
And for what again? Because there are looks or okay, these are the looks. For good jeans, I can see kids in.
Yeah.
Enyathi ngesinye isikhathi kungaba indaba yokuthi you attract men who just wants to smash.
And they don't have money.
Hey, no, everyone wants to smash. Every man wants to
And
smash.
also you want marriage and
you see, so it's not really about only just it does work for you in situations because you do attract people, but then what for? That's the question.
That's a good question.
Have you guys ever seen someone benefiting from privilege?
You're blind. Too many
Yes.
times.
Yes, I have.
Me too,
guys,
I benefit.
you
You
better
see this whole benefit.
when I have to, I'm not gonna say to people whether we
Yeah, cool.
cool. All right.
How do you benefit from privilege?
Like I always tell abantu like they do everything transport. Even now I have Mr. Transport.
Minister of Transport?
Minister of Transport, yes, I have Minister of Transport.
Minister of Rent.
Minister of Rent.
This is just a game.
Yes.
Like
Now ifoni yami
Now, when I know how to use it.
umbona ngathi akekho right. Mangayenza i-call la one ifoni yami izoba right or awuthethe ngifoni.
Wow. Okay.
So
I always
So we have Minister of Transport, Minister of Housing.
Minister of Finance.
Oh, Pamela.
And then when Mbali? Hey, wait, now what are you doing with your looks? How are they benefiting you?
you're pretty privileged.
I'm benefiting from my ex-husband. Is the ex or current? Whatever it is, but
You're not sure with what's going on.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we've
Maybe-
been
maybe-
separated
maybe
for
he will
4
watch.
years.
Okay.
But I still get my wife allowance. If I can call him now and say I want to drink, he's gonna send money.
Wow.
You know the market.
Yeah.
In there.
Nope.
Impangela.
Nope.
Impangela.
Nancy, how does
Impangela talk.
Nancy,
No,
how
why?
does young commerce benefit from pretty privilege?
We're talking about money now.
No, I need to
about
say
just
who
come
said-
on.
I
Because
need
the
to-
pretty privilege, I said this, you guys said, indoda yimbi. Embi. I said, angandoda embi. Every man, angaba muhle, you know, it's either you can have looks naturally, you know, which won't take you too far because you're a man, or you could have imali. Imali will take you everywhere. You
Yes.
understand? Even where your looks cannot take you.
Oh, exist.
So the question you posing to me, what are we talking about? Are we talking
I'm
about
asking-
money?
I'm talking-
Because I don't have money.
No, but we're saying
I'm struggling.
Yeah. Also, are you pretty, Natty?
And not anymore. I used to I used to be a beautiful man, Mina.
A pretty boy.
I used to be very pretty. Obviously. Age lessing dollar. I've got baby now. You know, it's not always
Yeah.
good. I don't even care about any of those things anymore, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
So I'm not benefiting if your question answer it.
Okay, when those days back in the day,
Yes, yes.
when you used to benefit, how were you benefiting from equity privilege?
Look, people would warm up to you because of, you know, they look at you and, you know, you wouldn't struggle to umsebenzi. 14 as men, you want to work and you need to provide. You know, even your bosses, you know, I had female bosses, they used to adore me. And my colleagues or friends who used to be so jealous of me would say, hey, why is it when you know? But I think maybe even my personality, because you can be pretty and have a fucked up personality.
Yeah.
And of which I see a lot. I see a
Yeah,
lot
it happens a lot.
with abantu abahle, they lack humility, you know.
Yeah.
But arrogant, you know, they entitled. Very entitled.
So, you know, there's a thing like in the entertainment industry called couch casting.
I don't know. What is
It
it?
is,
what does it mean?
it's like if you want to maybe act or to do something, you have to sleep with certain people.
It's on couch casting.
Yeah, but the more moving,
So
nobody
as
wants
a,
to-
yeah, back then when you were pretty, did you cast for Msebenzi? Because you said you used to get jobs.
No, look, there are things that I wouldn't do. You know, I've had situations whereby I remember this one time, my late cousin Upona, may his soul rest in peace. This guy, I used to work at Cummins. I was an assistant manager there way back. And this guy, he walked in, Indian guy, Dala, and he said to me, I just want to spend, you guys are so beautiful, I want to spend a weekend with you. I'll give you whatever you want. And my cousin was like, no, Asamba, flipping words, I'm not going to do that. I've had such offers a lot of times, but yeah, we do get such offers as men, but I'm a very principled man. Into yam, layered, tight, untouched, and intact.
Naturally
To this
so.
day.
Yes.
Yes. Yo, okay, when I even start? Yeah, no, like, I've definitely leveraged from pretty privilege, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in that corner, it's just being like aesthetically, this whole thing of height, and it's a big factor.
Mm-hmm.
Being a black man is already a plus, right? So when you speak to white people, right, and obviously they control the South African economy, if not the African economy, it's like, right? And like, listen, this is what I'm trying to achieve, yeah? And this is where my pain points are. And see, there's no A. You need to talk to Spanban. It's
straight to the point.
Yeah, straight to the point. They're welcoming, actually.
Yeah.
So for me, it's actually worked for me. And whereas I've seen guys who are maybe, let's say, not as aesthetically pleasing, like Aneko Mahi, in boxing game.
It's loud.
And equally yoked as far as maybe they say they know as what I know technically, right? But they get rejected. It's like, but in fact, you and me you're on par as far as like knowledge, right? So
what is it that you're doing?
Yeah, what is it that you're doing? Because you're also well spoken, and the
Yeah.
thing was like, okay, but at this point in time, yeah, you and me are not the same as fine. That's fine, you know.
We double. You short, you fat.
It can't do my horn. So it definitely it's evident. It's evident in my experience with no. There is pretty privilege, and I definitely have benefited from it, without a doubt.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about.
And a man when you should, because
I've been meaning to.
Same here.
Omele, she's a product of pretty privilege.
You can define a product of pretty privilege.
Now.
In one way,
Talk, yeah.
So I feel like pretty privilege doesn't exist, because like I'm a very strong black woman. Women, and I just always have to push, and make sure that everything is okay.
Somebody give me a guy. But man, be honest.
Let me be for real. So for me, I feel like how pretty privilege has benefited me. Yeah. You guys,
Remember, we are Mzansi Real Talk. We're having a real talk now, no? Not holding back.
So I've been out of the country because of pretty privilege.
Like Lesotho out of the country, Mpumalanga out of the country. Sorry, Limpopo.
No, Limpopo is not a country, by the way. It's a province in our country.
I've been able to walk into rooms and speak to certain people because of my appearance. I think a lot of people forget that looking good is good business. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's not about your looks, it's how you put yourself together. That's also the other thing, because you can be pretty, but
it's a combination.
Yeah, next thing you know, abantu bazothi bathe wena umuhle mara why abantu bangakuthandi, or you understand. So
attitude as well, ne?
Yes. And then obviously, when it comes to men, like for instance, I like to make this thing a joke. Whenever I go into a club, guys, the moment I just walk into the club, there's already a man that wants to pay the bill. For real, for real.
You see why,
Someti-
Melly, sorry to interject. You see what you said, it benefits men more, but then how many times you go to a club and women wants to pay for your bill?
It's only happened once.
Yeah,
It's only
it happens all the
Oh,
time.
34.
Imagine.
In your whole life.
Once, and I was in a different country, by the way. Yeah.
Voice talk, basically.
Very sharp. If you know me on once, in 101.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I was saying, right, walking to a club and then already there's either a person that wants to, and then it's up to me if I'm going to be a slay queen about it, meaning
You'll accept.
Meaning, Guti, I not only just accept, but
do you accept though?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
And then what there are.
No, okay. So the trick is here's the trick. This is what I do.
What's the trick? Yeah,
So no, but okay. So I never go to the club knowing very well that I don't have money. Right? I don't do that.
So whoever for the good trouser good.
You get what I'm saying? Because I don't want to put myself in a position or in a situation whereby a person's going to feel like, oh, I bought you, let's say I
But
drink.
it's not always the case. You
No,
don't buy without
not
any
with me.
expectations.
Not with me. So I ran away.
No, I'm saying that as a man, if I'm gonna buy you something and then say I don't know you, why would I just my heart and cash something without any expectations?
Who asked me
Then it could be a transaction. As soon as I say to you, look, I'm gonna do you this, and then now
they don't.
I accept.
They don't.
No, they don't communicate it. But as a man, I'm telling you, what men have expectations. I don't go because if kunjalo, I can just see Usonke as a friend, and I'm very straight. I just wanna buy you drinks for no reason. Why would I do that? It doesn't even make sense. But then you as a man, I would do that because in Peguti, okay, I'm expecting numbers, and then depending even on the cost, the more we push the cost to pay, so the more on Peguti. It's patch my boy Amelis pool.
Excellent.
Okay,
Yes, we are so in denial about like we're telling you as men.
Wait, so with women, there's different categories when it comes to women, right?
Okay.
So for instance, with me, this is what I do. When I get to the club, I always make sure I have the money. So I don't drink Savannah. I don't drink whatnot. Actually, I don't drink. If I'm to drink alcohol, it's maybe just like one glass. So if we're drinking champagne or Hennessy, whatever the case is, I make sure that I have that money to be able to pay for that. So when I get there, here's a guy, and then this guy wants to, it's either, this is what they do, they want to invite you to their table, which I don't do, or they will come and sit with you. And then I confidently order what I initially wanted to come and get. So I'll sit there, and maybe let's say if I want to order a champagne, I'll order the champagne. And then the man would obviously see with the help. So you're ordering champagne, you're not even asking me, I must pay whatever. And then
because the expectation is that now you have to pay for it.
Exactly. So then what then happens is, and then I'm like, can I have the bill? And then before I take the bill to pay for it, usually they grab it.
Fast.
You understand?
And we appreciate that as men, by the way. Let me put it out there. Which as men, if I'm gonna go out with you, maybe it's a date and then I'm buying drinks, and if you can, it will go a long way. But then if uzothi hayi makabhatala oh izoba yamagcina leyo date.
So with me, so when they they'll usually want to then take it. So if you take the bill and you see with your 5K is too much, you give the bill back to me. What I came here to do, I can to enjoy myself. Sometimes if you feel like, oh no, it's not too much, he can pay for it, then he pays for it. The only thing that you're going to get there is my business number, because I've got two numbers. I've got a personal number and I've got a business number.
So
business number you can find me in. No,
not really.
Who asked you?
A strategist.
Yes, thank you. So what happens then is, if let's say for instance, these guys, I can see who they're spending money and this money is way above my limit.
Yeah.
Saying right, I'm coming back, I'm going to the toilet. Best believe you will not see me.
Why?
Gone.
Best, yes.
Why?
Oh
So why?
Because then the next thing you know, you want to go home with me. Oh no.
So that's you right.
See,
The more the budget, the more access to
the more I spend, the more my expectations are cold. Because I'm not gonna buy you just
not all the
if
time.
I pay A1 and expect you to okay pay is patch my boy. Makaphisa i-process waza imali eningi udla umuntu kanjani then buy your own drinks guys, go out ladies, you must go out, you buy your own drinks. If I offer you, say no because there are expectations. I'm telling you, I'm a man, there are expectations. There's no window that it's the same thing me walking up to Usonke, clapping and mazing, let me buy you drinks. Doesn't even make sense to you. But if I walk up to you and I buy you my drinks, it does make sense because you are a woman, there's an expectation. But if I was to do that, like, oh, this guy, what is he doing? Why are you trying to lie out my drinks? The guys, there are always expectations. They may not be communicated because of some guys, they take a soft approach, they're slow burners like but there's a plan already in place from the time I took and drink. You can't even say which no, it's not the case. These guys, they're just doing these things for what? Because they love it. Because it's so young. I don't even know.
Like no why so. Yeah. No why so. They can spend.
First time
yeah, those guys are pathetic.
No, but like you say, no, but listen, on your point.
Too much. I remember one day imotema chais. Yeah. Why long is ukai? Party bang ashonanga one day ukuthi asihambise endlini ini makangibonile sharp grand azozongchecka then ahambe.
Mara
akaze athi
but yeah
kuze kwaphela maybe 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, mina ngaze ngamzwela mina ngithi kanti ngiyanini kwami.
Wamzwela ngazi. Wamzwela.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
So but we charity.
Athi wena masuredi.
But we charity.
But he's a nice guy.
But you know what she's talking about is usually those stories that trend on social media. You could see, I met this guy, we've been together for years, and I got say but
do you know which one is? Oh, it's a
maybe something. Why always when I need something?
Remember, there's
like when I need man, we are there's.
But you've never been to his place. But remember, there's in your sugar in that food.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Sugar is real. Yeah, it's a topic for
it's not good.
But I'm just saying, Gucci, there's always an expectation. Aside the way they're pathetic. Some guys, the way they're so lonely, they just need just a company of a woman. Somebody who's on check, which alright, and it's enough for them.
Makes them happy.
Yeah, I understand. And because of Agna needs, they can't get anything more than that.
And we are back with another banger. So we do have a late comer today, and I would really like her to join. Reason being, I feel like she would be so perfect for this conversation that we are having. I really do.
Yeah.
You know? So could she please join us? Can we make space for her?
Is she going to answer the previous
No,
question?
she can.
She
She can come and sit here.
Yes, and then we can get rid of Nati. We don't need Nati. He can go.
Yeah, Nati, very nice. Thank you.
How guys?
Ah, fit to next.
That's
Let's
really
start.
for coming. Yeah. So we've got a handsome man and 3 beautiful women. Well,
The ugly one is gone.
Four. Yes. How are you?
I'm good myself.
Good. Yes. So I think you see now we are happy. So Nati is going to be the ghost. Also commenter ngaphandle.
Alright.
But niyazi ukuthi uNathi because uyayithanda iConnect. So anyway, so we are currently discussing pretty privilege, right? And we were asking Uguti how has pre-privilege benefited each and every one of us. So far we all said, and how has pre-privilege benefited you?
can get you a job
Okay.
anywhere you want to be, actually.
Anywhere you want to be.
Anywhere.
Okay, that's good. I think maybe just try to pull the mic closer to you so that in a.
Yeah. Anyway.
But
Anyway, I'm just sorry. Can I also say?
yeah.
Where?
Anywhere you want to be.
But anyway, it's also like behind the rainbow, right? So like where?
Can get you a job.
Okay, that's one.
Can get you to Dubai.
Right, okay, that's two.
Yeah, I can
Poland,
get you just
okay,
anywhere.
okay.
Yeah. Sure, send
PPL as well.
If she was telling us because she's got a Minister of Finance, Minister of Transport, Minister of Education. I don't know when this episode drops if she'll still have a Minister of Finance, Minister of Education.
That's a good question. It's a good question.
I don't know.
Jenny, ngizoqhubeka ngibe nabo like
Okay.
abe social media.
Sizothin true. Sibatshela ukuthi please everything here is alleged. Yeah. Oh, okay. And then
like mina when I choose ukuthi indoda like ayibe isitomi ikwazi nje ukusenda imali cha not okuningi. And most of uyabheka bahlala bangihleka ukuthi like akusiya ma-type ami stuff mina ngiyazi ukuthi ngenzani. I don't date abantu abahle babi akusiya ma-type ami athi la shem
inkomo zabo zinhle.
izinhle shem.
Okay. No, that's very good.
And bese ngisithandela abafana
How about that?
56.
So you're a sugar baby at the end.
Yes.
It's not so
So if I may ask a question, so you date a guy just for his money,
Yes.
no matter how he looks. It's okay.
Yes. Yes.
Nyawane.
Bohle bendoda.
Yabona nje
Nyawane.
ngizithandi kabi.
Ref, aphethisela meter. Aphethisela meter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So-
Yes. There's someone njengamanje umfanyana ona I think una 50. Yeah, he's a teacher walimali nyaweni. Umele akaqhuki so angifuni kusuka. Angifuni kusuka lapha. Ela ngidawo.
Ujambelana.
Yo, ngilokhu nje ngimfonela right. Athi ufanele
man.
ayiphumi izophuma lesiya ngindawo ngisekhwazi.
So you're the type of good bug but so that's your man. See, that's my man.
Yes.
I'm a stick for sauce.
And then she smiles. And then we're like, dude, ngize ngimbambe so.
So okay, useka next. Not yet.
Angizenzi yena ngidlali. Lapho angidlali. Angidlali ngiya every time mangazi ukuthi angikho right ngitshela ukuthi angikho right. Is either ngizophathwa ama-ulcer kanye lapha. Or ama-piles or isisu ngigule ngibe serious.
Yeah, man.
And then each and every time mele ngiye tips. So that ngeke ngibone nokuthi muhle. Ngofanyana na 6 or 50.
Sure.
Yes.
Black.
Yeah. No. These are tips for people that want to have a minister of housing,
Yes.
minister of finance and transport and everything.
And then mina share 100% sure. Ngizoba nendlu ezothenga uminister of what. Me. I trust myself.
Why is this?
But in particular, just fine. You.
Yes.
Yes, fine.
Yes.
Okay. And with you, it can take you to Dubai. Have you been to Dubai before?
I've never been.
Yeah.
But if the guy has money and eventually he comes, then obviously, I'll go there.
Do you have a minister of finance, minister of transport?
Be honest.
No, like he is there, ne? But he's not
There.
the one that we both Zoomers or remember.
Yes,
He's
yeah.
not that level,
Yeah.
but he is there.
Okay.
So Minister of Finance.
So do you have are you a sugar baby?
He is.
No way. What would make you think I'm a sugar baby? I'm a hard-working man.
So
I'm a hard-
okay, let me ask you as a man.
Yeah.
Why do you feel the need we are page?
Yeah, to a certain degree, yeah, but
What's a certain degree?
hey, I should not have said a certain degree.
Malin, just
So-
allowance.
So, girlfriend allowance. I allow you to be with me. Let's start there. No, I'm talking nonsense. So, so there's certain things where like my partner didn't have to ask for, right? And that's obviously in a relationship context, right?
Okay.
I think as a reality, if you really like a woman, you're thoughtful, right? You're forced to be thoughtful, or you're going to be dumb enough to not be thoughtful and realize that you should have been thoughtful, right? So it's the game of life. It doesn't start now. It's always been like that thing since say about. So baby girl needs maybe let's say help with her rent, right? Transport. She's feeling stressed, and she feels like she needs to get away. We plan that.
Is this all of this because she's pretty?
Certainly. Why the heck would why the heck? No, why? No, why would I be hard? Why would I work hard for the a whole book? No ways, I refuse. No ways. I love myself. Self-love goes a long way, guys. Yeah. So you can't be cool to them after 9 and say you love yourself. No ways. Those are that's a low vibration.
Yes.
Yeah. Like you, yeah. What? Or no, yeah. Ow.
But then what if she's with you just for the money?
It's fine as long as
you know if she's with you just for the money,
But then
how do you know?
Women can pretend.
The thing is, like, I was never always in my name. So she's been with me from I've seen you before, like it's Kaftin, like yeah, so it's different. It's different. But then however, it's not that like not that like she's like the only exception. I mean, there's been women, let's say, like in the past where like I've just met her and I'm like, yo, let's go out for drinks, right? And then it starts there, like you start freestyling. Yeah, it's like, okay, let's get something to eat. Okay, let's get a hubby.
Why do you do that? Is it because muhle, or you want to impress her?
No, the only reason why I'm talking to her is because muhle. Like, let's start there.
Yes.
Like, my attention, my energy, focal point is because muhle. Like, let's start there. Instinctively, ngijita. Ama-aesthetics, geometry right, amehla right, you see my wife? You see my wife? You see my wife? Like, she's nice. She's curvaceous. Because when I trap, to me, he'll be my best friend. Yeah.
So, I'm going to ask the other.
Big guy. Hi, friend. Yeah,
unamanga ukadukusho ukuthi ufuna get rid of induni yakhe. So that's not getting this right. So if you are out there watching your man talk about how beautiful you are and stuff, and she trying to say ukuthi ubesti ngoba uneshwaba, uqeda ukuthi unenduni enkulu. You put that together.
Yo! Yeah.
Legit, but anyway.
Like, I'm talking about the past here, so obviously this is before I was a taken man, right? So this is before I was before I was spoken for.
Okay, so since uthi uyabeja, ne?
Yeah.
Can we say ukuthi what you call you look at the appearance, you see what's okay, she's pretty, you want to spend time with her, whatever the case is, and then you start bejaring and stuff like that. Or does it have to, is there something that she must do or a certain way that she must behave before you start with bej?
100%, man. I mean, if you can trust a woman, right? For me, trust is a big thing. There's a difference between an e-wallet raccoon and a partner. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, like, whatever it is. So it's just that, like, for me, it's that I think maybe let's say even the tax bracket that I'm in, I need to be very smart about how I do things. I can't be haphazard about I know I can't.
Yeah, it's okay.
So it's just that, man. It's the relationship, it's the interpersonal thing, you know. And I've made mistakes in the past, whereby you came across a beautiful woman you know nothing about, but she's striking, right? And you're overly nice, right? You're overly nice, and you need to be charming. You need to be considerate. Like, how are you gonna get home? Yeah, did you eat? What, really? No way. We need to do something about that. What? Are you serious? Rent? Sure. Right? Or like, but it's not bad, you know. And it's just that it's those instances, not that like it's embedding my character. No, there are men out there with a bigger heart than mine.
Yes.
I am not them. I'm me. And I've got my own. I mean, I grew up in Pinville, and I understand. Yes, love. Yeah, no. Yeah. So I guess that's a slow. Yo. Pop. Yeah. So it's just that, like, you know, you don't know. There's guys who I've got friends who can meet a woman and say, hey, listen, get home safe, and give her like 10 grand, like whatever it is, like cash. Right? And obviously it's like petting you cash, right? And this woman also, I can say that you can give her that 10 grand cash and be like, only this. Right?
Yes.
She knows. She's seen 2 million, 3 million came into her account. Be like, yeah, no, you're thoughtful, right? And for me, it's that I've understood my position.
So speaking of that, how much is little when indoda ithumela imali?
What's little?
For me, I don't have little.
So you can give it 200 rand, you be like,
I'm fine. And it can be anxiety,
mean,
but I'm fine. You can send me 50 rand.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I appreciate one thing about me. I'm very appreciative.
Serious?
My girlfriend's allowance starts from 1,000 rand.
For real, you can ask anyone I've
Yes,
dated.
start from 1,000 rand.
Oh,
Not
no.
less than 1,000.
this is
I
your
can't.
girlfriend allowance.
Yes, I can't take
So you
less
do
than.
get girlfriend allowance right
Yes.
So how much is
What
your
is
girlfriend
it?
allowance?
Minimum.
Yes.
How much is your girlfriend?
As I said, it starts from 1,000. It's depends.
How do you determine the price?
It's ngathini, like it's depend ukuthi ugayi ume kanjani that month, but akumele ibe less than.
What's the highest you've received?
Maybe 5K. 5K.
Yes. When you're tired, you are.
What's the highest that you've received?
The highest I can just say it's like 15.
What's the highest?
Wow.
I've received the highest I've received.
Nothing.
It could be accumulating, but nothing.
Oh.
What's the highest you've given out?
That's a good question.
The highest I've given out so far. Honestly, the highest that I've given out so far. No, actually, it's 28. It's 28. The highest I've given so far was like 28. So far.
You're the man.
Guys, I take my statement back, man. He's such a, he's a very good looking guy. Really adorable and stuff. Yeah, sure. Mali, what's the highest you received?
Me. Why are we talking about me?
What's the highest? I'm so 100 rand, 50 rand shaft.
That's fine, but
Yeah.
every month he gives me 30, so I don't know.
Oh, nice. That's
Nice.
That's good. Okay, guys, now we go to the next question. Because
No, we've got 2 kids, man.
Okay,
Okay.
huh?
And you,
What's the highest?
what the,
No, guys, huh?
Why she Why?
No, guys,
Why don't you ask her?
How? I am asking. How much? How much?
No, guys, you see,
The highest peace offering you've received.
the high peace offering. That's different than money.
Okay.
Money.
Mel, creeping.
No, guys, you see,
Yeah.
so So guys, let's go to the next one.
No way, man, no way.
Do I have to be honest?
Yes, you have to be honest.
Then it's a real talk, ne?
Yes, it's real talk. You have to.
Okay, so the highest I've received so far at my age of 27 is, I think it was 100 and
Something said 100 in my mind.
I
And I'm like,
did say.
she's gonna say 100.
no, I think it was was it 150
Okay.
or so.
Mhm.
Yeah, I received 150,000 rand as yes.
For being a
All in
150.
one.
150.
Yeah.
All in one.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Okay, wait,
And it's
Kabi.
go.
Eh?
Like
Got quite
one transaction.
Yeah. This is the love of my life.
Hey, you must have given him something
Wow.
good, eh?
What? Yeah, what? Like what?
No,
What did you do? Like,
one night I just told you that I don't know how to use my pretty privilege.
at what cost?
Eh?
That 150k at what cost?
Okay.
Yeah, but at what cost? Understand something.
The price.
What sort of bums?
No,
There's
we
a
were
prize.
together. We were together. We are happy.
How?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
So you know they might not take me.
yeah.
And don't.
We love him.
Apparently,
Guys, can I jump in?
Yes, you can.
Yes, Ghost.
Look, yeah, of course, because nobody can see me. But then, why would he not the So the guys who Abana, we know Isimo not is not so good for everyone. Just because I cannot afford to give Umele 150k doesn't mean that I'm less of a man.
We even talk about E50 range. So whatever you have.
We're not going to change it now in the 20th century or 21st century. It's always been like that since like the beginning of time. How many cows do you have?
Yes.
Yeah, no, baby, I bought you like a part of an ostrich that I killed.
Which is fair.
So when do you take them to Gucci store and LV and what? When do you take them there?
Yo, when do we take them there? When after I've taken myself there. After I've
She
taken
said
myself.
Mr. Price.
No,
There's nothing wrong with Mr.
no,
Price.
I mean, like, it could literally be on the first day. It could be on the first day.
On the first day, you take them to Gucci.
It could be on the first day.
Hey man, when are we going out?
It could be. I didn't say it is. I said it could be.
Yeah, but like, when are we going out?
Yeah,
I think that diamond one is cool.
Diamond work. No, it's
Right.
not cool. It's boring. Yeah, you've been to Dubai. No. Like,
Yeah.
No, like, I mean, there's guys who do it on the first day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for me, geez, I'm not that guy yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm far from that guy yet.
Are you the Nyama Intro guy?
How not? Yeah, every Tuesday, I'm the Nyama Intro guy.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm a Tuesday.
I think the first big amount that I received, and I was like shocked to you, it was like 60k, and this was like how many years?
Okay, so I'm telling you now.
And guess yeah, means mix.
Oh, she don't have to.
Okay. Nelly, can I ask, so is it a black guy or a white guy?
A black guy.
The black guy.
Yes.
How do you get them?
How do you get them? Guys get them. I don't know where they are now.
No, but how
You
did it
should
happen?
ask him for me.
How did this
I'm
happen?
okay
Guys,
back.
who's into Oyakala? Clearly, I'll guess guys.
60k.
That was the
yes.
first. I was working at Forever New at was it Melrose Arch at the time.
Oh, but that's Melrose. Everybody.
Yeah, but I didn't meet the guy at Melrose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah. And then what you call, oh, okay, let me send you some money, stuff like that. I think at the time, I was like, what, 20 when he said it.
Imagine.
And I was just like, oh my goodness, hey man, this man just sent me this amount. Yeah,
Was it
he
European?
sent. No, guy, hey.
No ways.
But
He's not white.
I
Yeah?
need to talk with you after this.
Oh wow.
No.
Oh wow.
I want to see serious.
No, I don't ask for anything.
Oh.
If you want to give me, you give me.
if you don't want to,
it's sharp. It's
Maybe
not like I'm
like
going to
nonchalant.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm like that.
Nonchalant.
Yeah, like if you want to give me, you give me. If you
So
don't want to
500
give
is
me,
fine.
But I'm very
if it's 500 rand that you want to give me,
But they always say mali.
it's always the case.
Yes.
What is
Yeah.
it?
Only man,
Yeah.
you get more. If you don't have,
uzohlala usokona
Mine
bakupha
address.
oku 50
Yeah,
rand
imali
ngakhala
For
shells
no,
50
Okay,
rand
informal
uzothenga
banabantwana by-hundreds, they are both broke. Ayikho into abayenzayo, bayadlala and then bayabiza. You see? Yeah.
imali emalini
It is.
It
And
makes
then
sense.
if you are working, no guy uyasebenza. Now everyone goes, okay, I'm dating someone or
Nah, but I think it's quite interesting. Other people maybe they do it as a hobby to receive money from other men, or if you have sex with someone and then in the morning you're expecting money, but you don't want to say you're expecting money. That's like low key selling. That's just what I believe.
Man, that's my
but you
also-
can't come
that's a
to me
topic
and
for another
say
day.
you love me without money.
So you're saying
I never. I'm not selling party. Like vele useke ngizothenga
so
Anamazi.
uyathengisa.
hayi mina nje sorry
uyakhuluma nje phela umuntu akhona.
hayi sorry
Uyabonakala.
hayi yiza wazi vele
Mara, okay, what did
mina
you say?
ngiyakutshela
Singalala
even though
manje and then
even
say
though usangitshela
manje.
ngiyakutshela ukuthi mina uzongikhona ngithanda imali sezophuma kuthi uyaqhubeka uyangithanda or uyangiyeka
Kungcono ukuthi
Wazi
umuntu
futhi.
is too straightforward, yes.
right
Right.
yes ngiyakutshela from saqala ukuthi
But
uyangithanda yes mina ngithanda imali
It's good to know.
sezophuma ukuthi like uyaqhubeka uyangithanda or
But
uyayeka
okay, guys. Just what do you have going on for yourself besides these other men? What do you have?
like
Let's say these men decide, it's okay. We don't want to give you money anymore.
yes
How then do you survive? How does that work?
I'm working
You're working.
yes
Oh,
She's a teacher.
Oh, nice. Okay. I think I like that because then if a person gives you money, it becomes a bonus. You can't just.
You can't depend on them.
Yeah, you can't. I don't believe in doing that. Hence, for me, it's like if someone wants to give me money, you give me. If you don't want to, you don't. So
hayi mina ngiyaqhubeka
I mean, I'm not going to force someone to give me money. I'm so. Yeah, maybe after some time. Listen, this is what I've understood. You know, I watch.
yabo mina mawusangitshela ngibona lapho uma ngibona nje asimani ngibone lapho ukuthi zokhona la like maybe ngithi ngihalele something lunch nyana emsebenzini ngilethele lunch or something waqala nje wathi I don't have nginenkinga so ngiyabona ukuthi angeke ngishone
Amalanga awafani.
ngeke ahlala ngafani every time
Oh, ukuthi every time.
ngiyaqhubeka
So, guys, we are almost about to conclude. We're talking about pretty privilege. Clearly, the girls are winning in this one.
Because you eliminated one of the strongest guys in this conversation.
Oh.
It's fine. I'm a ghost in the background.
siyakuzwa
Oh, but guys, yeah, man, I think it's a pretty privilege is a very interesting conversation for us to have. You do get people that get a lot of money, others meaty. Abanye, they are maybe just others are just like maybe intelligent or they know how to keep a conversation. Others know the right places to look at in, others don't know. You get with men, my take on what pretty privilege is for men is if a man who is handsome spanks your bum, you don't say it's sexual harassment. You're like, lo mfana lona, because he's handsome. But it's his then suddenly it is or if a handsome man is persuading you, trying to be with you, whatever the case is, you entertain like, this guy. But if it's an ugly man, you're like, oh, this guy's so obsessed with me, stuff like that. You get also in terms of businesses, people tend to trust good-looking men more easy compared to the ugly man. You get as easy as you would see back.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Why?
yaphileka
So yeah. So basically, it's a discussion that I feel we can also have in the future. So since we are out of time, we are going to close it here. But guys, stay tuned because we do have a professional psychologist that will be coming in and tell us what we are telling. Is it the truth or is it not the truth? Is our idea of pretty privilege and how it works, if it makes sense. And Nati will tell us who the psychologist is.
So guys, Uzipho is a relationship expert. He's good with counseling and helping abantu with our relationships. So he'll be giving his input to this whole panel discussion, and he'll advise where the guys are getting it wrong or where the women are getting it wrong. He'll be looking at all those details of everything that we discussed, and then
Okay.
we'll wait to hear from him.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm your girl Mel H. Hammonberg, and you can all find us on our socials. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Yeah. The Saturday